Hello everyone, I'm Fiona. I'm up in Byron Bay and we usually have beautiful weather and it is beautiful but it's wet. It's very, very wet and windy out there today. So indoors with you and we're playing on our chairs, and I did speak to a couple of people last week who are actually doing the practices from bed, and yeah, do whatever you can to keep moving. So let's begin. I've set myself up on this angle so you get a chance to kind of see the back and the front because we can only work with one camera. So I put my feet on the floor directly under the knees. If you happen to be a very small person, it would be great to set yourself up on top of a couple of books or something. So as much as you can, you get 90 degrees and 90 degrees. And the second place is don't sit back in the chair because you've got no room to move and we're going to utilize that space. So I'm holding onto my knees and then I'm curving myself back and dropping my head. Here I'm going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. It's dropping in a bit more, in through the nose and out, and again in through the nose and out. Pulling on my legs to, when I get to upright, dropping my shoulders down the back and looking out at my height in the world. So now I can start to move from one position to the other. So with my hands, I'm kind of pushing away as I drop back. Belly pulls into the spine. And now with my hands, I'm pulling back to go forward and dropping my shoulders down the back. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And again. One more time. Good. Notice how you feel after each movement. Take your hands up to your shoulders. I've got my thumbs behind and my fingers forward. As I turn to the left, I'm breathing in. As I turn to the right, I'm breathing out. Breath in, breath out. With a tall spine, breath in, breath out. Let your eyes travel a little further than your head. Breath in. Your head's not really moving. Breath out. Breath in, breath out. And again. One more time. Good. And stop for a moment. Observe the effect of what you've just done. If you feel up to it, we go back and we move a little quicker to enhance the circulation. So if this doesn't feel right, go back to slow. And stop. Wild weather, just for you. Okay, now I'm going to have my hands in the same position, but I'm rolling my shoulders forward on an inhale, and on an exhale, dropping them down my back. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Keep going. Two more. Let it go. Let your mind wander through your body and notice the effect of what you've done. I'm holding onto the side of my chair now. I'm going to hold on and take my hand to the ear and draw my head over. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out. In and out. In and out. And now let's inhale up. I'm stretching from this right sit bone all the way to the right elbow. Exhale over. Breathing in and breathing out. So it's all about lengthening Maybe there's a little resistance in there, but I don't want you to overwork. I want you to be inside your body, experiencing yourself move. Then we stop and we feel. So you've done one side. Notice the difference internally from one side to the other. Then I hold on underneath the chair. It could be under your, where you sit. Then I hold on to the ear and I draw it away. Taking a breath in and out. So breathing in, lengthening up through the elbow, right through that side of the body. Breath out. Breathing in and breath out. Breathing in and breath out. 2 more. 1 more time. Letting go. Hold on to your knees, drop into a curve, and here I'd like you to drop your shoulders, drop your neck, breathe into the spine. Imagine the breath going all the way up to the top of the head, breathing out through the sit bones and the feet. Breathing in, up through the spine, and down through the front of the body, the sit bones, knees, and feet. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. Up you come. Let it go. Notice how you feel. So I want to lift up my right leg. I'm putting my hands behind the right leg. And here I can circle my ankle. You want to feel the muscles in your feet, and in your calves and your shins, changing direction. The bigger the circle, the more you can feel. Good. Pulling in more, draw your head towards your knee. Doesn't matter if you can't touch, let it go. So the leg's pulling away, it's weighted away. I'm drawing it in and I'm letting it go. But the hands are slowing down the descent of the leg, drawing it in and letting it go. Drawing it in and letting it go. 1 more time. Good, let it go. Take it down. Feel. Notice what it feels like. Other side, holding on. Pull that leg in. Begin to circle through your ankles. Making as large a circle as you can. Changing direction. And now that leg is going out and you feel the stretch, and then you're drawing it in as if your forehead could get to its knee, even if it can't. That's what you're aiming for. Breath out. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out. Breath in to lengthen. Breath out. Breath in to lengthen. And 1 more time. Letting it go. So when I've done that, I feel that I tightened up a little through my back. And yes, that makes sense. So I want to loosen it now. So holding on to my knees, I'm just going to curve into the lower back from the waist down, forward, back. Just a small movement here. Noticing that I can use that little movement to release. Coming to center. Now what I want to do is lift my left sit bone and drop it down. Right sit bone and drop it down. You put your hands on your waist, you'll feel the waist doing the work. Left and down. My toe stays on the floor. Right and down. Left and down. Right and down. Left and down. Right and down. Stabilize. Observe the effect of what you've done. Take your hands down. See if you can hold on to the ankle and pull that leg back a little bit. Now, you might get a little bit of movement. You might not get much at all, in which case you'd release and see if you can come back. Might even cramp a little bit because muscles tend to say, "You're kidding, aren't you?" and wait until you continue and you're serious to let you go through. But we're trying to switch on and off every muscle if we can and have a new neutral place. Let's go to the other side. So I'm pulling the foot back a bit, lengthening through the front of the thigh. And again, holding on, pulling it back, holding on, pulling it back. One more time. Good. And then I've got my feet together. So my big toes together, the heels together, my knees together. I'm going to squeeze my hands in there. And I'm pushing out, but the knees are resisting. Now the hands are trying to hold my knees out as I'm coming in. And I'm using this resistance to switch on both sides, all the muscles of my legs. I want you to feel the difference between going out and what is activated and coming in and what is activated. Don't overdo it. You might feel a lock through your shoulders, so drop your shoulders. Good, let that go. Now, hands on the outside, and those knees are pushing out, and you're going to push the knees back together. Again, don't make it too much work. You just want to feel muscles switching on and off. And again. And letting it go. Now, if you feel tightness through the body, I like to lift the sit bone, lift the sit bone. So I'm switching on, so contracting to lift, lengthening down, contracting to lift, lengthening down, and again, and again. And then I'm going to face you so that you can see. The next thing I'll do is take my hands into monkey grip. Circle round. As much as I can, I'm keeping my gaze on my hands. Change direction. Notice what it feels like, what you feel like. Hands into prayer. So I press into each finger, the tops of the fingers, the base of the fingers, the base of the thumb, sides of the thumb, the whole of the heels of my hands. And from there, see if you get any movement through your hands. Not everybody is bendy through the center or as bendy as me, but just see what happens. And then begin to circle the wrists, keep pressing them together. Changing direction. And then pressing your elbows together and apart as you push into your hands. So you'll feel the front of the body, all the upper chest, pectoral muscles around the collarbones activated, as well as the back of the body, the scapulas and around the upper torso. Try to keep the neck relaxed. Spread your fingers and then let's begin to circle here. Try to keep the heels of your hands together. Create smooth movement. Notice not just what it feels like, but how it affects you. Like, do you go into stress when you do something new? And you can do it slower. Stop when you want, pressing away through the heels of the hands, trying it with one arm straightened and then the other, with both arms straightened and let go. Take your mind through your body and observe how it feels. Let's hold on above the elbows. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is keep my body very still. So let the arms go from side to side. Head is still looking at you. Find a place to breathe. And now we take those elbows into infinity signs. Changing direction. Notice what it feels like inside you. And holding on to the knees, drop into the curve. Just breathing here. Notice in this position where you feel the breath. And again. And pulling yourself in, dropping the shoulders down the back. Noticing in this position where you feel the breath. And I'm breathing into an open chest. And let it go. Tuning in to what it's feeling like through the body. Let's take the heel of the right hand and place it on the right temple with the fingers going across the temple. Let's take the heel of the left hand to the left temple with the fingers pointing backwards. Grip by pushing into the temple, turn your hands up towards the roof and draw up. Breath in and breath out, coming up. Breath in, going down. Breath out, coming up. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath. One more time. Let it go. Notice. Notice what it feels like. Feel things releasing on your face. See, we forget that our face, because we're looking at it in the mirror all the time, is also muscles and fascia and lymphatic system. It's not just your face. Your face changes on a regular basis. The more stressed you are, the more you hold tension. And the more healthy you are, the more you glow and there's less puffiness and so on. But face also requires movement. And it has been shown that the more we move all of this connective tissue of our face and the musculature, it not only affects the way we look and feel, but it also affects different parts of the body. So let's do a couple of weird things. The first one, I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to grab my ear like a knob at the where it contacts the head. And then I'm going to take that and turn it forward, stretching it forward, don't overdo it. And the left one I'm going to hold the same way, but I'm going to turn it back. And from here, breathing in and out through my nose, I'm going to go from side to side. Then in and out through the mouth. And then I'm going to undo. Notice how it feels. Now, why am I doing this strange thing if I'm doing a different thing on the left to on the right? Well, the fascia developed when we were in embryo, and it actually wraps around the body. It doesn't do this total evenness of, straight lines and everything going in even directions. And that's why that when we're very stressed or frightened or we've been very injured, we kind of go into a twist. So there are two ways through. We can go more deeply into that twist to release it, or we twist out of it. So that's why we are sometimes doing things that appear not to be balanced, and yet you can look in the mirror afterwards and see that there's more symmetry to you. Let's take 3 fingers beside the nose. So I'm not pressing into the nose, I'm pressing into the flesh beside the nose. So as I press in here, I'm going to take my other hand and I'm going to pull the flesh across and away. Now, again, I add movement to my breath. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. And now I'm going to go side to side. Breath in and breath out. Now you might experiment with all the breath through the nose or through the mouth, or breaking it up to a bit of each. But when we stop, I want you to notice the feeling on, I did the left-hand side, the feeling on the left-hand side of your face compared to the other, on the other side. You're going to take 3 fingers and go to your other side, pressing in line with the nose into the flesh beside the nose, taking the heel of the hand to the cheekbone and pulling back and away. And here we go again, breath in and breath out. Slow, deliberate, smooth movement. One more time. Good. And then side to side. And let it go. And you'll feel things adjust. You'll feel yourself come into balance a bit. Around here at the nostrils, you may be surprised to find that you hold a lot of tension here, which results in these deep smile lines, but it's not really about that. It's about holding tension in some places we've just been holding it for a long time. So I'd like to take your fingers right into the corner there and circle in one direction. Massaging deep into that the nostril from the outside. It takes by speaking and then changing direction, letting it go, and notice your ability to see, your ability to breathe, and perhaps what it feels like around the jaw. I'd like you to make 2 peace fingers, and we're going to go up the front and the back of the ears. This will activate part of the lymphatic system, but also when we're dealing with the ears are a reflex point for the kidneys, for a lot of your energy as well as your hearing. Good. Let that go. Notice how you feel. Let's do one more. Let's just wake up our lips. Oh, can I talk at the same time? I'm going to grab my lips and I'm going to squeeze all the way out and all the way in. You can't talk while I do it, so it. And all the way in. Do it again. Let it go. Notice how you feel. And then there's one more. There's a lot of muscles here right under the cheekbone. So perhaps you can lean down on your knees, actually knuckles be good, and press your knuckles in just under the cheekbones, dropping your head. Moving in such a way that as you get closer to the ear, you're going to feel where the holding is. Breathing in and breathing out. And then taking those knuckles right in front of the ear, under the cheekbone, and massaging in there. It might be surprisingly uncomfortable, but it's a sort of discomfort that gets better with rubbing for most of us. If it doesn't, stop. Letting it go. All right, so I want you just to feel into your body now. Notice how you are. And we're just going to connect to Earth, even if we can't go out today. So I'd like you to take your awareness down into your feet and feel your big toe, and the next toe, and the next toe, and the next toe, till we get to the little toe. And as those toes are anchoring down, notice the effect on your body. Feeling the outside of your feet all the way to your heels. And then let your mind balance that heel into the earth. So let the left side manage the right. Let the outside balance with the inside. Feel as you press down into the ball of the foot and the heel that you have more awareness of your arches. Imagine growing roots down through those places that connect to the earth. Close your eyes and imagine now that you are allowing Earth's energy to come up through your body, through your feet and your ankles. And everything it touches relaxes more, drawing up into your calves and your shins and your bones to your knees. And everything it touches relaxes more. Let that energy continue to grow and move up into your thighs now, the front, the back, the outside, the inside, and the center and the bones of your thighs, and let that energy move up. And as your awareness touches these places, that's the noticing, that's the mindfulness. Everything you touch with your mind relaxes more. Into your buttocks and the bowl of your pelvis, relax. Taking your awareness, let it rise all the way around your waist to your bottom ribs, and everything it touches relaxes more. Moving now up into the rib cage, to the collarbones, the sternum, and everything within. Your heart relaxes and expands. Your lungs relax and expand. Across your shoulders, energy is rising and then it begins to drop. To your upper arm, to your elbow, everything it touches relaxes more. Through your forearms, to your wrists, everything it touches relaxes more. Into each and every finger, the fullness of your palm. Feel your body relaxing and expanding up through your neck now, rising up into your head now. Perhaps as everything relaxes more, your body contains more light, not just physically, but even visually. Keep a slow, even, relaxed breathing as you are fully into the noticing of relaxing, expanding, and moving with the light. Stay with it. Coming back. Consciously connect into the earth. Consciously take some weight back into your body. But choose to keep the space, keep the light, keep the openness that you have created in your body today. Thank you for joining me, and until next time.